With Scott Hall again turning on Nash last Monday, Nash had a personal interview on Thunder opening up on the worked and real issues going on with the Outsiders. Nash talked about Hall's personal issues, saying that despite Hall signing with Hogan's NWO, he tried to reach out to him. Hall opened Nitro responding to the interview, telling Nash to cut the sentimentality, and that he is embarrassed that he once called him a brother. WCW hyped footage from the Nash interview for later in the show, as well as a US title match, with the committee choosing Bret Hart and Dallas Page as the two contenders to wrestle for the belt tonight, officially vacated by Bill Goldberg in a way for him to free the belts without dropping it in the ring. With the news of Jay Leno signing with WCW for a match at the Road Wild pay-per-view on August 8, Eric Bischoff brought back the NWO Nightcap segment to start the official build to the match, mocking Leno with a parody of The Tonight Show's opening comedy routine, while taking personal shots at him. With the angle on The Tonight Show a few weeks ago to set up the Rodman-Malone tag match boosting viewership for the show, another mainstream crossover appearance by Hogan and Bischoff is scheduled in the next 2 weeks. WCW's second hour was set to start with the replay of the Nash interview, and the Hart vs. Page US title match. As the interview was shown, Scott Hall took the tape from the production truck, starting a big brawl in the parking lot with the Wolfpac and Hollywood groups. As Bret Hart was walking to the ring, Page was attacked backstage, delaying the match for later, starting the show with chaos all over the building. Raw opened with Vince McMahon again calling out the Undertaker, giving him the last chance to answer if he's in partnership with Kane, booking him in a handicap match against Kane and Mankind, eventually ending with Taker choke-slamming McMahon along with Patterson, Briscoe, and Slaughter. The opening segment with a 5.1 rating was the second highest opposed first quarter in Raw history. A few minutes later on TNT, Tony announced on commentary that due to them unable to contain all the chaos at the back, they're going to have a big Wolfpac vs. Hollywood tag match for the tag belt coming up next, with Sting and Nash against Hall and Giant. Leading to a big turnover with WCW gaining over 1 million viewers for the tag match, in front of a mega-hot crowd at Salt Lake City, Utah, popping big for the entire duration of the match, ending with Bret Hart subtly distracting Sting, and Hall pinning him with the Outsider's Edge to win the belts. Raw also featured a title match with Triple H against D'Lo Brown for the European belt, ending with Rock giving Hunter a rock bottom and D'Lo winning the belt, starting the nation celebration. DX promised that Rock would not leave the building the IC champ, with X-Pac challenging him for a title match tonight. The Brawl for All tournament continued with 2 more fights, one of the favorites Steve Williams over Pierre, and Scorpio over 8 Ball. With the handicap match planned by McMahon to officially reveal if Kane and Taker are working together scheduled for the main event, Undertaker was shown leaving the building an hour into the show, putting the match in doubt. One of the biggest selling points for Fully Loaded is a Sable and Jacqueline bikini contest, set for a later segment with Sable promising a special outfit for the pay-per-view. Shawn Michaels, who worked the entire show last week, came out to do commentary for the final 2 segments of the show. After close competition with Raw having Jarrett vs. Blackman against a Disco and Wright vs. Chano and Muta tag match, with both shows drawing a 4.4 rating, JR hyped a Steve Austin interview to open Raw's second hour. Austin came out for the promo bumping Raw over 1.3 million viewers to a big 5.6 rating. Talking about Fully Loaded with the question if it's gonna be a tag match with him and Taker against Kane and Mankind, or if he's going to fight all 3. McMahon came out saying that since Taker left the building, He's booking Austin to replace him in the handicap match tonight. Minutes later, the entire NWO Hollywood crew came to the ring for a Hogan and Bischoff promo, bumping WCW over 1.2 million viewers to peak the show for the night with a 4.6 rating. Hogan talked about how NWO Hollywood is conquering the industry, putting over the new tag champs Scott Hall and Giant, as well as Scott Steiner and Buff Bagwell, who revealed himself as healthy and turned heel in a strong angle in the first hour. Hogan then turned to Jay Leno, saying that Eric Bischoff is taking over the late-night scene, in addition to promising to take back his belt from Goldberg. Unexplainably, Goldberg didn't appear on television, perhaps with the idea that a match for his belt is booked on the show. Goldberg made an appearance to a huge reaction in a dark match against the Giant after Nitro went off the air. After WCW's strategy worked last week of saving the two big matches of Hulk Hogan and Goldberg Hennig to the last 2 quarters of the show, resulting in them winning the final 2 segments, the WWF went with a similar formula this week, saving Rock vs X-Pac, and Austin vs Kane and Mankind to the final quarter of the show. Furthermore, in an attempt to one-up it, Raw took all its commercial breaks prior to the matches starting, resulting in an over 20-minute commercial-free block to end the broadcast, with JR telling viewers that they're not gonna take any more breaks, staying with the matches until their conclusion. The status of WCW's main event with the US title match of Bret Hart vs Dallas Page was unclear to the final minutes, as Page sold the injury from earlier in the show, coming out to a big reaction from the Utah crowd, with the match ending in minutes after a referee stoppage, with Page in no condition to wrestle, giving Bret Hart the US belt, ending the show with Page taken out in an ambulance outside the building and the entire NWO black and white in the ring to celebrate with Bret, re-establishing the connection with the group. Rock and X-Pac went 10 minutes in a fast-paced match for the IC title, with Hunter interfering at the end trying to cost Rock the match as a response to earlier, ending with another Nation DX brawl. The post-match saw Triple H trying to get a fan to take off her bra, to a big pop from the crowd, in another moment that added an element of unpredictability to the product. Austin against Kane and Mankind, originally scheduled to be Taker's match, went 5 minutes, ending with Taker coming back to the building with a chair in hand, aiming for either Austin or Kane and accidentally or not hitting Kane in the head, with Austin then hitting Taker, leaving all 3 laying. With the storyline continues 6 days before the tag match at Fully Loaded. The final quarter for the 2 matches and angles gained around 1.5 million viewers to draw Raw's highest-rated competitive segment in history with a 6 rating, equaling the 6 rating for the first hyped Austin-McMahon confrontation on April 13, with Raw overall drawing its second highest opposed rating with a 5.